Hi, this small update is about my Neofinetia falcata deflask seedlings. This deflasking I consider my big failure. It's Neofinetia falcata Koka. It's Neofinetia with yellow blooms. I thought it would be really cool to have Neofinetia with yellow flowers. And so I bought the flask. I got it in the spring. And now out of, I think I had 18 seedlings in that jar. So out of 18 seedlings, only 1, 2, and 4 here. So 6 seedlings are still alive. So it's like 30% survival rate, which is really bad. Now, of course, it's all my fault. Flask was really good quality, healthy seedlings, not jumbled, arrived in perfect conditions. It was flask from Tinkoa orchids, which are really good, usually good quality flasks. But my mistake was that, well, it was my first deflasking of Neofinetia and the whole Vanda type of orchids. I bought 3 flasks back then. I bought this 3 Vanda flasks: Neofinetia, Vanda insignis, and Vanda tricolor. This is the tricolors here, and there's one little insignis. That's the smallest. And so before I deflasked Phalaenopsis and Paphiopedilums, but this Vandaceous was kind of first time for me, and I treated them like Phalaenopsis. So I put them into moss, and that was a mistake. I didn't realize that Vandas, they don't like their roots as wet as Phalaenopsis. That was one problem. And the second mistake was that I treated Neofinetia same as Vanda. Vandas are a bit more substantial. They're a bit more tough plants than Neofinetia. I mean the little seedlings in the flask. When I potted them all into moss, it turns out that I put Neofinetias too deep in the moss, and I ended up rotting a little seedlings through the stem. They were too wet, and they were too fragile, too small to handle so much moisture on the stem. So I think about half of the seedlings I killed that way, by rotting through the stem. I couldn't even save them. So now these 6 seedlings that I have, 2 of them I decided to try and mount. This one was actually the best one. She has lots of roots, and well, I have high hopes that at least this one should survive. This one is exactly the same as the other 4. They have 1 or 2 viable roots available, and the rest are just rotted. I don't know, I was rotting the roots and rotting the roots and rotting the roots. So now they're sitting on the top of moss, and I'm thinking that maybe I will try and mount this 4 too. The problem is that this one, for example, has no roots at all. So she needs to be in the moss for a while to grow 1 root, at least 1 root, before I will mount her. So that's my deflasking failure. I know what I did wrong, and I'll probably buy one more flask of Neofinetia when I see one for sale, just so that I could do it right. Because now I don't feel good about it. But, well, we'll learn as we go. And here's a small update on my other Vanda seedlings that are residing in a smaller tank. Some of them are mounted. Those are Vanda tricolors mounted. They're doing okay. They're growing new roots. And I finally figured out how to grow my deflasked Vandas in my tanks, either mounted or in clay pot bare rooted. Seems to be the only ways that work for me. I don't know if you deflask Vandas or Neofinetia. Just let me know how you do it. It took me a while to figure out these two ways, and it cost me a lot of rotted roots. But that seems to be what works. So here is the Vanda tricolor alba, Vanda tricolor suavis alba, that I deflasked just in October, very recently. So I mounted them, and they seem to be doing okay, growing new roots and everything. So that was my update on Neofinetia seedlings and Vanda seedlings. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.